everyone. My name is Sarah Galeski, and I work at the embassy here in Hanoi. Today I'm excited to tell you about one of my favorite books from growing up, Little House on the Prairie. These books were written by Laura Ingalls Wilder. Laura wrote the books in the 1930s, but they tell the story of her growing up in the American Midwest and West, starting in Wisconsin, and then her family moving to Kansas. The series starts with the first book called Little House in the Big Woods, which takes place in Wisconsin in the 1870s. At that point in time, Laura is about 5 years old, living in a log cabin in the woods with her older sister Mary, her baby sister Carrie, and her mom and pa. There's lots of fun stories about Christmas in the woods, about hunting wild animals, encountering bears, and then just times of her family sitting around the fire, her father playing the fiddle. My mom used to read these books to me when I was a kid. I grew up in a suburb of New York City. There were no farms around, very busy, and I loved to try and imagine what life was like to live in a log cabin where no one else was around. The nearest town was far away. Laura and Mary had never seen a town. They had never even seen a store. They had never even seen two houses standing together. But they knew that in town there were so many houses, and a store full of candy and calico and other wonderful things. Powder and shot and salt and store sugar. Yeah, so that was just a little sample of the book. It gives you an idea that Laura, at 5 years old, lived in this house in the woods and had never even seen a town or a store, just her and her family in a log cabin in the woods. If you're looking for a book to read with your family, I really recommend this series. Or if you're new to learning English, they're written in pretty plain language and they tell an interesting story of one part of American history. So I recommend you come to the American Center and check them out.